quickly. Let me develop the premise. Not too long ago, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, because of something where they happen at the entire world, this is now the coronavirus, code name COVID/19, where they cause havoc around the world. As a matter of preparation for what potentially could be an outbreak in our country, and normally as a donor-driven economy and country, we decide for take a step forward for begin for prepare. For begin for prepare Fambulem, the president gave a call on the expertise, not in a medical term, and I insist and repeat, not in a medical term. And the reason why I say this, because a lot of we Fambulem, and me feel say when we talk about the expertise, but something where medically related, a lot of people begin to talk about say, but Paolo is not a qualified medical person. So therefore, whose kind of expertise will we talk about? So just a quick clarification. Retired Major Paolo Alfred Conteh is or was the head of a response unit of this Ebola virus. We be attacked at some point during a fragile time in our country. Because of this response team, they may set up at the time, and before they set them up, we people and suffer, we people and die. In the dozens, in the hundreds, they died. This particular response team was a logistical team, was a managerial team, was a team which been tasked with the responsibility for do this transformation, evolving from waiting we've been get, because we health system, been they under so much distress that it collapsed, that are foreign elements, then foreign people, and then come for can help we. But even before they come for can help, we organized the own system. Paolo Conteh, the defense minister, being head that task force day, logistically speaking, managerially speaking, with the structure we then set up for fight this scourge we then call Ebola, being largely successful. Largely successful. And I say largely successful because some people try to make this a controversy. First of all, Fambuleng, remember, say, this thing catch we unawares, and we actions from the beginning be a kind of slow. We decide for luck we border than late. We decide for consider we economic ramifications then, rather than the potential health crisis which be about for breakout. As a consequence, when the crisis break out, it may get a serious impact on we. So the damage was already done. So the people then when they called for manage this crisis then was people then like the retired Major Paolo Conteh, we can help we for fix this crisis. Let me fast track them because not only history we talk about, but we'll just provide a background. On this basis, and we don't get reasons for argue on a different basis. On this basis, Fambulem, I repeat, the current president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, decide upon the advice of his advisors and in preparation for a potential outbreak of this crisis, say, you know what, let's put everything aside. Let's put this political business aside. Let we put selfishness aside. Let we for once unite the nation around a potential scourge where the things say go come now with country. Let we call on the experience and expertise of other people who has got a proven track record, such as retired Major Paolo Conteh, for come and can help advise government should that outbreak day come to this country, so that we go appear as a responsible government and as a government we prepare. On that basis, the president tap up the structure of the Ebola response unit, where it happened a few years ago, I think 6 years, 5 years ago. Fambule, what can happen is really, really unfortunate. And that has captured, this don't capture the imagination of the general populace. And not only the general populace of the country, but because members say this is an international crisis. And Fambulem, this thing is really, really serious. We they talk about capitalism being not only wind down, but almost at a critical stage of being shut down. Capitalism, you need for understand, is the making of money, in which everything else about money supersedes everything else. Businesses in different shapes and forms, the livelihood of people, we get for generate this market and for the market flowing and life ongoing. This has affected the social, the cultural, the economic and political fabric of the Western world, the most powerful world, now we country. I mean, this world, sorry, not country, now this world. So much so that what we talk about, the effect of make capitalism, which is about generating money, turning the economy around so that life goes on, that people and they live and go about their lives, then therefore shut down. In some countries, it's practically shut down. In some other countries, then they step them up by levels. In other words, shut down by levels. On this basis, Fambulem, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio say, you know what, let we not get caught out this time. Let we make sure, say, we be prepared. And on this basis, a call the man who on the scene and the background layer is that of the photo of the retired major, one-time Minister of in the Interior, Deputy Minister of Defense, and later Minister of Defense. Now the background, they call them up because of that experience, the structural wise. But this is the conflict and this is the drama where eventually can begin for unfold. This particular man, where the president called, and I repeat, Fambulem, this particular man, retired Major Alfred Paolo Conteh, where the president called, there was a first meeting. There were subsequently other meetings. So waiting with the understand, say the first meeting went well, so that they will discuss strategies should, in case the coronavirus has a break, eventually break up na Sierra Leone. This structure will be in place. That first meeting they go on with the president in team, including the Ebola team, with the head then, now this man who we talk about. Waiting can happen again, Fambulem, unfortunately. Subsequent meetings will they begin for understand can get covered by controversy because as with the Yeri, retired Major Paolo Conteh go na State House with a weapon. A weapon, let we develop the background anyway as around this weapon and State House. This is quite important. From what we understand, and bear this in mind, we need to try for influence anything other than say waiting we understand. Circumstantially, because there's a lot that has been going on since, from both the government side, public opinion side, and some of what we understand say, now the man who stands accused in your side. So what we understand is the man in question does walk around with a weapon. The man in question does walk around with a weapon. This weapon is a use because in no state security. And those of us we understand in past history under the government, before this one, no say, he made a lot of enemies, and we can freely call some of the enemies. We call them enemies because the action where he take against them not go down well with them, and then with them, and then swear say, since you not go down with them and you deprive us of X, Y, Z, you are now a marked man. And family them, I'm not making this up. The Okada people them, when they make money left, right, and center, were a reckless bunch of people. We do encourage the making of money for let with people and livelihood continue, right? But then they come with boundaries. They come with terms and conditions. They come with responsibilities, and those responsibilities, those terms and conditions has to be met. You get to observe them, you get to organize yourself around that. So Okada been just there, they kill people in right, left, and center. This is not a politics, this is not just reality, this is not fact. Then they told people them, the driver then go protect themselves, and with people and they just they go to with them literally under motor. They did talk them. People then lost their head, people then lost their lives, people then bust their head, people became crippled, limbs were hacked, limbs were chopped off and cut as a consequence of the recklessness of them guys they already drive them Okada. So the man will stand up. Now this man will talk about night. And remember saying that deprive them of earnings, even though in a legitimate way, in the sense that it make the case, say, but una self una pass mark. So therefore, if you get for drive them, now the center of the city, also them in the challenge, normal motorcar the way they go about their businesses. And remember, half Freetown is congested. They're not taken down well, and many people have been doubt them, say, this man go make them, but he did. So on that track record and day, he made enemies. He talked about the introduction of the gallows. Remember what we did under British colonial rule? We've been getting rope. The rope, the one they use for hang people and we break the law. So they may not abandon that, they may not abolish that. He called for them back because so much so has the case don't become a freedom, in which recklessness was an everyday thing. He said, you know what, probably for serve as a deterrent, we then need for introduce the rope. Maybe when people understand the rope is coming again, then go think twice because not very many people will like for go through that process day of being hanged. And if you don't want to be hanged, you get for comply like me when they talk now, not a chance. So if I be a that and I be a commit crime, I get for comply and you forget about what they do. So anyway, Fambulem, on this basis, this man, we understand, say, make many, many enemies. So when he left power as a consequence of the election when they lost, so not only the people there, because even politically, they make many enemies. When they lost power, they get a weapon because the state not provide security for them, despite these concerns. The state not provide security for them. So it therefore take on you and say, I go get for provide security for myself. And a day the arguments come about the legality of the method where he used for provide security for himself. Waiting at this method fumble and where we talk about. Retired Major Paolo Bangura decide for carry a weapon. This weapon, as far as we concern, does have or is licensed. And I say this emphatically and I stress, listen to the intonation, listen to me note, listen or watch me page, the edits that I make. The reason why I say so Fambule is because we all know say there is an interrogation they go on right now as opposed to this particular case. And not only they make up with what has been said, and what we know has been said by we professional interrogators. I repeat, what we do know that has transpired inside this interrogation, which we professional interrogators, is Paolo's weapon was licensed. I repeat, the former minister in weapon being licensed. there is also a bone of contention. So there's a slight twist here. So if the weapon being licensed, has he got a right to bring it within the proximity? I repeat, has he got the right to bring it within the proximity of State House? Again, according to the ongoing investigation, nothing of this nature as to whether he get a right for bringing within the proximity of power or State House when at the seat of the presidency. Other than that, waiting with the hearing from the investigators and family, listen to this, please. This is quite important because there is so much away from the constitution, away from legal jurisprudence has been made by the many. When I say by the many, those who get access to social media, it not means that this is not a conclusion, because it's just absolutely wrong if we go by waiting at the say, we are innocent legal jurisprudence until proven guilty. And even at that, there is a process which is laid out. How are you charged to get proven guilty? There is a process. There is a jurisdiction. There is the judiciary responsible for this particular act. So until that judiciary take action on the basis of an investigation, it's a process. On the actions, alleged actions, everything at this point is alleged. On the conduct of the former Minister of Defense, retired Major Paolo Conteh, everything is subject to interrogation and is an allegation. But let me go into hypothesis. Okay, probably we do have a caller. I think we've got a caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, this is Dolly Kittel.
Yeah, Dolly, hold on, please. I shall say you want to contribute to the program. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, hold on, 1 minute. So, okay, Fambulem, una bear with me 1 minute. There is a caller. I just want to make sure, say, she is heard live and direct. So I will go back again where I don't adjust my channel and quickly. Yes. So caller, will you please introduce yourself? I believe you're a first-time caller. Where are you calling from and your name, please, and what are the contribution you want to make towards this program? Thank you. Hello, caller. Yes, I will talk to you. Yes, you are live. I just ask you for the benefit of the one that we don't know you, and I believe you're a first-time caller. Will you please state your name, who side you they call from, and the contribution where you want to make, please? Okay, yeah. Okay.
And I want to make one contribution regarding Paolo.
Okay, the floor is all yours, madam. Dolly Kittel, they call from London, and they want to make a contribution towards the subject matter, Paolo Conteh. Please go on, please.
Yes. And the contribution this night, Major retired Paolo Conteh. We all know who done a Major retired Conteh. And we all know saying that somebody who don't walk one leg in country. And looking at this thing where they go on, some of them will be angry with that. Say, because we know this government waiting their good act. They not get the country at heart. Because if this man, it don't work in the country. It don't be the same country. All that country is looking at this, they're not doing security. It decides to secure itself with a license pistol where it is already as for self-defense. If this human being mean for doing declare from that one. But number two, again, say let her give a post where say, you know what allow for dining with your enemy at the same table and you forget yourself. Looking at what they go on in the country, you say you belong, you say you come out. You don't think for yourself first. Anything first, but it's for yourself first. You let your country, but you for let yourself. Now you let yourself, you let them free yourself. If I don't think first, for say these people are, they be me. Yes, I let me country. We don't say if anything there for happen, for them forbid this kind of thing. You let your country, but you for let yourself. For make sure say we take this sickness out of that country.
Okay, Dolly, Sister Dolly, hold on right there. I get another caller. I know they cut you off. I just want to accept the call and I'll leave audience back again, okay?
Okay.
Put Dolly on hold. Hello, caller. You did try to make contribution to this program, please. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I don't want to let you go away. We just get another caller. And then they switch you off. I just swap the position. So I just need the previous caller for wrap up. And then we'll come back. Okay, sir.
No, Allah.
Thank you very much. Okay. Sister Dolly, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so we get another caller, but I just give you a chance to let you wrap up. So go on, sister. Thank you.
Okay. So we all know Paolo left the country, but if you really look, the political trend when they go on the salon today, the people that would not let the country. Because if they let the country, the rest of the talk say, Madam, you don't know about this. Because you are the president. Now any country, after God, now you are the president, now you people look up to. If anybody else, if he don't say, unless Paolo, I don't say anybody go there, we go say, make the old Paolo. But now he can't get on this. And we will able to tell Paolo, say, now a setup, whether it be clear or not, even if it have been go sit down, like what they allow for let go sit down. Trust me, it not for take 2 minutes, they for tell somebody to go shut up. Because they're not informed and say it gets peaceful. Not all gets in peace. So whether it be clear or not, in your position, knowing as a defense minister, a soldier, what people do.
Okay, yes. Sister Dolly, one quick question for you, 1 or 2 quick questions for you because we get somebody in the wait. 2 things quickly. Of the current president, of course, you don't express your suspicion, but he extend an invitation to the retired Major Paolo Conteh. Say, based on that expertise where you've been get that will be get Ebola, we get almost something of that equal nature. They ask for calm now. Calm, let we begin for prepare, so you know we'll take we by surprise. You they say the decision where Paolo make, it's a question, mind you, that the decision where the retired major make, former defense minister, make for accept the president in good gesture, it be wrong. Is that in that you say, sister?
Yes, it's totally wrong.
Totally
because
wrong.
Yes.
So enough of not accept. Because there is always, some underlying factor in which
underlying issues there already. They want you.
Okay.
So if I don't know say this, and let me confess.
Okay.
I guess I know what it for do. Jump in on me, we are a responsible party, APC. If I don't go, we do what we're able to for rescue we country rather than training them. Because they don't ever want to.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your position, and I just give you this last one now. And this is the final court. The apparently Paolo, you upset with him because he take the offer. And,
yes, my brother.
Yes. Okay. So now you brother. Okay. Yeah. This is.
Yes, my brother. I've been calling. I'm uncle.
So this is personal. This is personal for you. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you think? Say now. Get for happen or what you see they play out just quickly before I go to the next caller with you.
Yeah. What do you think now? What do you want to make the party for do? Because according to rules, the party aware and then give the go ahead for make it go answer the call.
Okay.
So the party need for standard national leadership.
Sister Dolly,
because
first time.
Yes, it gets license in weapon. You know, go with that. And I see for a responsible government, if this man be mean for what cause mayhem, there is no way he would have declared his weapon. He would have gone inside with it.
Okay.
But it don't mean anything. So let them think as a responsible government. Let them think what is happening at the world. Let them let Paolo.
Okay, Sister Dolly. Okay, Sister Dolly. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your perspective on this issue, although from a personal note. And first-time caller, thank you so much, my sister. Your points are well noted, and you get international world to listen to you. Thank you so much, and goodbye. Take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye. So I think we get another incoming call. Let's see waiting. Hello, caller. Hello. Yeah. Hello, caller. You hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, caller. You hear me? Okay. Okay, caller, if you hear me go call you back because it's not international call. I go call you back, I go reverse the call. There was another caller locally. Let me just go back to that caller briefly. We get one caller for day on the wait. There was also another international call. So while we go to the next caller, I mean, they say, just develop the story as to waiting really, really transpire. But we will get one other caller. Let me see whether we go able to get online. We got that online, and then we go take them from there. But I've been just to try for develop the story around Paolo conteh. So this man was one time the defense minister. We make boku people and upset. Okay, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, caller, will you state your name and where you are calling from, please? And then you can go ahead and make your position or statement or question, whichever.
So my name is Sheku Sangari. Now London, we call London, England. I've been knowing but this situation will take place.
Sheku. Now just stop it right there. Hold the phone for me 30 seconds, please.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Okay, caller, please, I will call you back because I get Sheku Sangari on the line. And then after Sheku Sangari, I will answer your call. Thank you. Sheku, go, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, okay, the floor is yours. Please go on. Somebody else may call.
No problem.
Yeah, go on, please. The floor is yours.
Yes, so, in a conference, Sierra Leone, we'll be hearing about this situation will take place Monday, I believe. From my own suggestion and from the situation, we hear it's very serious what happened, for this is a breach of trust, a breach of security, and a serious crime this. And my own suggestion, now why all this time we don't link with APC there and the people there, When you say, sorry, Sheikh, I just want to get this quickly because sometimes you can get callers who are neutral, you can get callers, who is just country first. But I just heard you say, just correct me, we don't lenient with APC for a while. So you're calling from a certain, perspective or background. So what do we say? I mean, we know say Bokutin don't happen, and the country is in serious problem, in terms of Bokutin, the world not go talk about.
Yeah.
But if we be done, the law will not take place earlier on for the previous government, based on this investigation we all man they wait for. I think waiting has take place Monday in our state house, not been for happen. You understand?
Okay.
And this thing went on take place. Don't get much to say, but I think
let you speak for question who you go. Minister is guilty of having taken, because you also say there might be others, and in that base, on that basis, the minister actually carried out this act. Responsible, we understand the situation, or supposed to understand the situation as to how to conduct himself. So you think, say, a kind of found wanting, responsible, and in this state there might be others, and the government need for act swiftly in that thing?
Yes, I believe that there's a lot of people that are part of this planning, you know. I mean, what we talk about, I mean, government, they call you in trust. So say, now we can discuss based on this pandemic when it takes place, you know, because the previous government will get experience from the Ebola situation. You know, so this now not a party politics business with the humanitarian grounds now. You know, what do we do for prevent this kind of sick for kind inside the country? You understand? You know, so if they call somebody in, Bureau from waiting me area, the man they rush for go back security to say, hey, you know, even though he get gone with 12 bullets from waiting me area. You understand?
10
rounds. 10 rounds.
Yeah.
If you want that week, then they call you back to say, hey, but I don't kind of have several of them. You know, they say, well, we get for this procedure, we get for state. The only way the team they can stop her now, they see the team my hand. Then the man now then tell her, say, well, you know, just continue to go by a meeting, we go hold on to this. Of course, when we go for notify
so the meeting, by your understanding, did go on, then take a weapon off him, they allow him for let it go on the meeting. Is that okay? Everyone, please.
So waiting take place again.
Yeah.
Then notify CID.
Yeah.
Wait then I don't know if they're in presence or they come now, but so waiting here we go inside the meeting now and talk in front of them, say, now this will happen in front of course the president. So of course then they investigate. I mean the tenant say that then get for care and go to station for ask a few questions.
Yeah. So
when they care and go to station now, that's okay. But you don't state your own side. We then come back. We then match you back for a second interrogation. So I mean that is a total breach of trust. Yeah. I mean elections done long time ago. Now we'll move on. Yeah. You know, I mean I'm in favor of any possible kind of to improve the situation when people doing that.
It's about country. It's about country first.
I mean, not that election done. You know, so I mean, to me, it's very disappointing for not say Bokuma. I mean, not to think one grade. We can not get to go ahead. You know, for do this. There must be other conspirators.
Yeah, okay. I really appreciate your perspective and contribution to this particular program tonight as a first timer. And please, brother, we always stay on at least once or twice a week. And a broad subject then we can hold on. Please feel free to come back another time.
Thank you very much for receiving me.
You're most welcome, brother. And you take care and stay safe.
Good day. You too.
Okay, thank you. That was a brother, offering his opinion there. We've got another caller on the line. Caller, can you hear me? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. This caller, they call from somewhere. Okay, there's another caller. Hello, caller. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Certainly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Again, of course, Fambulem. This caller is a familiar caller. He's a regular contributor to this program. But for the benefit of the first timers, because we have a few first timers, will you state your name and where you're calling from, please?
Thank you very much. I'm Supermed, and I'm calling from the United Kingdom.
Supermed, you know the subject matter tonight. It's a very contentious one. It's a very controversial one. And this involves a former senior member of the government of Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, previously before this government headed by retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. In this particular broadcast tonight, just for recap, the man in question is said to have brought a loaded weapon within the proximity of State House. Not even the proximity, within State House, which is the seat of government, which amounts to a threat. The question here is, did he, and if he did, was that reckless? Was that a mistake on his part? And what happens subsequently going forward?
Okay, thank you very much for the praise. And again, this issue arises where the president called retired Major Paolo conteh for join the task force for looking to ways how to affect this coronavirus, this COVID-19. We don't threaten one-on-one. We know the one-on-one day on the lockdown day like today. So the world they have big and serious issues. So I talk from this context. I want to let people listen keenly, please. We say Alonians say, I know say the conspiracy theories them they by the overdrive. And let them use hypothesis them for dismantle most of them conspiracy theories them. Well, people, because we know say when Malabio be called Paolo conteh, plenty people, every people not be happy. Say, hey, but why not Paolo conteh go join now? Because Paolo don't carry, don't put him aside, don't do all kinds of things, for go join there. Other SMB people say, no, we Paolo conteh now with any, if we don't eat him, whatever allegation, we don't follow Paolo. The conspiracy theories and they were an overdrive. But we'll go for debunk some of the conspiracy theories so people like the vice president. Like the Speaker of the House. Some people if you think from main context they say, well, this if how people allege, because you remember conflicting statements there. How people allege say, okay, this man go on a State House, he go in because he left his car, he work out in gone. He call it licensing according to the license carrier I would say call salon. When he license, you get a right to work out you gone, but there is restriction him. And I believe one of the restrictions is not pass the second gate, the State House to go see the last gate and for go see the president.
So let's clarify this quickly for the benefit of the listening public, Superman, if you don't mind. So first of all, the man in question he had a weapon on him, but the weapon was a licensed weapon for him to carry in his person, on his person. Is that, would that be correct? Okay. So,
absolutely correct.
And again, there are no restrictions, like you cannot take the weapon to State House. In other words, there is a point because you are licensed to carry a weapon, you can take your weapons within the weapons within the proximity of State House, but there is some point where you have to make a declaration of surrender before you can go beyond certain points. Will that be a possibility in this case?
Yeah, absolutely. Because for people who don't know, there are two sets of gates that you have to go through.
Right.
Before you go see the president at State House, because the State House is just the office of the president. When the president do all the meetings and call issues and people they come and dignitaries and everybody all start to meet and all them do.
Right.
So they get security apparatus when they set up with now the protocols they want to do. But according to the allegation we're getting in now is from people who talk from Paolo and other people is that some boys approach Paolo when he reach the State House with his car because he always the weapon within and back. For instance, I think I say no, because somebody what's this car? Let me not have this weapon and this car, let me take them. According to your side, though, where do we don't get all our everything called from your side? Say when they go at the first gate, they actually declare the weapon, say this bag, everything called daily. Now the weapon daily. Some people let's say the straightest time, I know in Mogono this that. So I think at the second gate, when they again and declare the weapon, where say okay, Papa, put this one also, then it proceeded to go for the meeting. Then after that, now every other thing is good. But now we put all these hypotheses on our side, don't make us clear because these are not clear information. Because what you do, we not get official accounts from all the two sides. Then what we will use like court of law in case for that one gonna court. But we all know say there are people who have been very unhappy. Where President Manabio called Paolo for come join this task force for this COVID-19 coronavirus issue. And even people that say that APC will not be happy as well where Paolo go join. They say because you this man don't be street, don't do all kinds of don't make all the allegations by you. Why you go join them? But I want to remind all these set of people that Salon now small country that we own country. If the world then a turmoil day like today, this is an unprecedented. People they talk say for the past century we will not get a turmoil like this. If the world day in a situation like this, so today we see Iranians then. What if we remember how we for protect the country like today? We forget about all the political differences. We hatred and all that thing them for 1 second. And now we not say the world like today, people will help we, America, Britain. Country like Italy, they're in crisis. Where it's unprecedented. And I don't let people have to let it fall what's happening in the world. Now we put all the entire aside. Now we forget about this whole issue. If I can Paolo do that mistake, they say do that mistake.
The rude or offensive in in interjecting or intervening in your position, but could there be a possibility in which the former minister did make a mistake? Sometimes mistakes are in good faith, but it's been translated as the other right now, which is example, he does walk around as we understand with a weapon. So a weapon then in bag, so he can pack in motor car and he get for make a decision since he get about the way they was. And I talk with a lot of people then. And some people then they say, well, that is not even an excuse because even if they wash your car and you know so you get something more responsible inside, you can lock them up inside the motor car. Forget about the inside of your car being washed and let's just deal with the outside of the car. But of course, these are all things after the fact. The question what I want to ask here is, could the former minister have behaved more responsibly? Could he have been more, because a lot of people they deal with this suspiciously, say, you know what, this was premeditated, this was supposed, this was planned, this is suspicious, and the rest of it? Could he have acted more responsibly? Could he have seen or tried to foresee something else and not say, that was not a prudent decision, for take a bag and go into mostly waiting people and not say, especially people that they support the All People's Congress, say this amounted to like a setup or behave responsibly?
It's definitely, the fact here is, we human beings are fallible. We make mistakes. However experience, however sense you get, sometimes you make mistake. Let me take and say the former defense minister make mistake. But if you look at the bigger picture here, this man, my way, then we don't go to the country, all and put on a cell and do all kinds of things, molest them. But yes, see, when the call comes from the president, it's a big call. That's, it don't say, he left the country, he expect the office. So that in that context, there's all the people, the distractors and the conspiracy theories, for no say, but okay, let's flat this mistake, this man don't make. Not as much as you don't make mistake, this way you do it wrong. Let's move on, not forget about this here. Not to throw from the beginning, but make conspiracy theories say, oh, this is a plot, so people don't make a meeting, and you like to go carry the assassination, like to do this. It makes no sense whatsoever. Okay. Because he actually said the question, what till the people don't make the plot, what till they profit, what's they profit from them? It makes no sense.
Okay.
What's the profit from this, you know?
Okay, my dear friend. One final question before I let you go, because I think I get one or two calls that come up from abroad. What potentially you think, first of all, where is Paolo? Would you know where is Paolo right now? What do you know of the situation right now? What do you think potentially, because when you begin your conversation with this network, you see from conversation with them, big one, them, and the rest of it, what do you know about potentially what will be the outcome of this particular situation?
Well, thank you very much, my brother, please, for wrap up. I mean, the latest information, let me get from, and according to people and waiting according to the past story, they say Paolo, at the moment, he had the maximum security and Corona Panemba route. Okay, now I think say the SAPP regime, they never think about this whole issue.
Is there? Let me get pause you there, because I don't know whether it is intentional. When you call a government a regime, it's got a different connotation, a different interpretation and meaning altogether. Are you saying?
Sorry, maybe I misspoke. I should have said this as SAPP administration.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thanks for that. At least just clarification. Go on, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I think the NEPA sit down and the NEPA talk about them, and maybe it's a wise heads go in. You know, there are people, sometimes they never detach themselves from politics. And sometimes a national emergency. Now the world they face an unprecedented emergency. And Salon, no they are not for a part of this world. And most of the people, they want to keep partners with me, now the international community face this crisis. We can for members say, no, small petty issues, and focus on this issue, and try to see how we continue to be a responsible member of the international community, other than start a small big here, other than start a small thing that will not amount to anything very serious, other than somebody made a mistake. It should have said you, because you already 100% accounts from the side of Paolo conteh. Okay. If not, I can't say what we get from people where come up with all sorts of conspiracy. Don't say something like mistake not happen. No, as much say, okay, you want to do, you're wrong, you ought to know better, this is a mistake, shouldn't do it, this shouldn't happen, this shouldn't happen. And other people in this, say, I'm not a Paolo conteh, I'm on license, okay, no weapon. There are many people who licensed, I think it was about 4 million euros, where they pay, they go license, weapon, they got the number, the amount of bullets against all things recorded. There are few people who are licensed weapon carriers and Salon, and didn't. Okay. So ordinary people and businessmen, that's just like say this like it's okay something about no more license weapon, any more weapon as Salon. That is not true.
Okay.
Yeah, so people understand all them here. I would say let wise again, let us think as Salonian. This time at least for if not wait till all this crisis pass, we drink back and we teach for that, so we get all the time. But now the world is in crisis. Now we think as a nation, we're very, very vulnerable. We're very, very vulnerable. Now we not try for continue by this dogmatic politics that will not benefit nobody. So we all know say this, if I say this as how people are alleged, like a mistake, Paolo will say, okay, this is a mistake, this, don't do it again, this, we admonish you, this is stop. Now we move on by serious issues then. Okay. But people they can make say, oh, this applaud is just pathetic, they should stop it, you know.
Okay, Superman, you cannot end on a higher note more than this. Every time you are given the opportunity, your notes just keep getting higher, and forget people that we go follow on that note, it will be really difficult. But as usual, thank you so much, for your perspective, which is almost all of the time, not almost, but all of the time appreciated on this particular platform. Thank you for opening others to different perspective of this particular argument. And
thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of a brother and friend who is a regular participator on this particular platform. And we appreciate him so much because despite all the hoo-ha, I think we've got another caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, sir.
Caller, I must just remind you, because I'm familiar with the voice and the number, but it's been a while. But you are live. Will you please introduce yourself, where you're calling from, and the floor is yours, sir.
I'm Mina Victor Spain. I call from UK. Good evening to all the listeners and good evening to you, and thank you for having me, sir. I call today because this is a very important topic where you broadcast about today. I want to stay away from this topic, but I feel obliged for giving you sense of contribution to this topic, sir.
Wow, you're welcome, my brother. And let's hear it, man. Bring it.
Yeah. So people and they make so much theory out of this incident will happen. First, waiting before begin to ask myself first, waiting the law say on gun licenses in salon.
Absolutely.
Now the first question down the will before ask myself as Sierra Leoneans, this man gets a gun with a license, but there must be clause we attach to having a licensed gun in Sierra Leone. Do we have anybody who can interpret those laws to us? Maybe any member who they listen to it tonight can just call and interpret within the laws that we country say about carrying a weapon that is licensed. Okay, why are the top this? In other countries, notably USA, you get different forms of license. You get one category of license we allow you for get a gun, but for openly work with them.
Yeah.
You get other license, then we allow you for openly work with your gun.
Yeah.
So waiting the license laws in a salon.
Yeah.
I believe say most of we when they make them theory are not understand, not get a clue of waiting the law say.
Yeah.
So before we begin to go around, they point finger here and there, they accuse the president, they accuse Paolo Conteh. More we first understand the basics whether the laws we surround having a license gun in our country. So me on take from what happened. Do I believe Paolo was going there to assassinate the president? Definitely no. Do I believe he made a mistake? Maybe. But what actually they believe, na sense of trust.
Yeah.
During the election, Paolo been get some confrontation with the now president, isn't it?
Yes, of course. And the deputy interior minister. There was a lot. He was a defense minister.
So if they invite him for help the country, I can say this is a guy who patriotic. I know that many people are not jump on me. I know they talk about the allegations, but I mean, he willing forgive, invest to the country.
Yeah.
Right? And that make it go to meeting. I hear some in party people and they say why he even accept the offer. No.
Yeah.
They accept the offer because it gets something for contribute.
Yeah.
But that make he affect the officer. So based on that, I believe say yes, code is to her. Then one man we make video today, he say why we not apologize to the man and we try for him. And they say we as the government of Sierra Leone. So I don't want to let people get me wrong, me not a part of the government. Because we all you. So then he said, why then give the first way they not apologize? Because then they accuse him the last time say he involved in Ebola money. Yeah. So I want himself, I believe say they listen, for tell him say in Freetown that the bad practices the man they did. People not get criminal record in the country. People they commit criminal offense, we still in the give them work, ministerial work.
Yeah.
So Salon now one of the countries where nobody know they get criminal record. I believe say if me colleague or me man they listen, we make that comment today, that don't answer in question.
Yeah.
So let's come back to the topic line of street too much. Sure. Paolo conteh now trust, now the issue. People may say he make mistake, but me
between the parties, yeah, between the
I believe say now trust make it carry weapon them, okay. But with all, I not say it came in weapon for go do anything harm because it's simple. If I can see them, yeah. Me not to go for go kill somebody and they should say yeah, now this are the go take for kill you. It not make sense whatsoever.
It would be difficult. That means
yeah. So I want people to use some common sense in this year. Making this PS. They do it before because you want to kill the president. Absolutely no.
Okay.
Now pre-plan something, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because technology does so improve now that any of them thing they do, even the people who listen on the talk with you don't know the way they do.
Yeah.
So the idea say we don't plan for now. That thing in a fantasy.
Okay. So anyway, viewers, that was the voice, or is the voice of Mr. Victor Manley Spain, a regular contributor to this program. We haven't heard him on this program for quite a while, so this must have been a very touchy subject for him, and he made a very brilliant point. But let me just add to that quickly, because obviously what the brother has been speaking to is partly the speculation that has been, going wild and viral on social media. So that's what he's trying to address. And I do agree with him. Assuming that Mr. Conteh went to, because I'm saying this because it's coming from some speculations from social media that he went to commit a coup, or he wanted to execute a coup. So this could have gone down as the first coup in the history of mankind into the Guinness Book of World Records, a coup that was executed by only one individual. But on a more serious note, so that one the way is because coup not to one person in the planner. How many people have they captured, arrested, summoned, investigated, interrogated? Details, they use critical terminologies. Now, semantics now they play and it's very important. And that we people need to take note of, because now so they can take play on we. One, they say it's sneak or it try for sneak. Sneak, like when you try for hide. Family, when I think about that, how true could that be? Secondly, one of the other things then why you again from the other side is he was intercepted These are the critical terminology the way they use. Intercepted. Intercepted in which sense? If you did in a close quarter, how do you get intercepted? You go to a room, you get for go through here, na close quarter than the security there. How do you sneak? How do you escape for you to be intercepted? These are all difficult positions, you know, here for explain. And like I said, we've been here with Brother Victor. I think we lost some briefly, but let's come back, at least let it summarize in position.
I could use the word nasty. And this kind of speculation, it just go further contribute to that time what I use. So.
Of course, that shows that you feel very strongly about it.
Let we just bear in mind, say, this man surrender and weapon. That alone show we say, you know, get anything, dodgy with the plan. Nobody know the plan for go do dodgy, it go give him weapon, it go
yeah,
give him weapon.
Mr. Spain,
yeah.
Hold on right there, yeah? The argument now is not to surrender a weapon, because that was one side of the argument, even according to your own page. Say, but I surrender the weapon. Yes, indeed, I count weapon, but I surrender the weapon. But the other side is saying, no, you did not surrender the weapon. I want you to take note of this. Instead, what you try for do, you try for bypass the security method. We make Boku people in the call and ask about Boku people in the talk to me earlier on. Say you try for bypass the method. How do you bypass that method? The way they don't say you become. You're not a guest, you're not a stranger, and you're subjected to security check anyway. But these are the terminologies that have been used. But, yeah.
Honestly, PK, I think that statement is questionable.
Well, yeah, it's up to the general public when one of them
how
are
you. One person bypass a security of a president.
And then we will not fend the security wanting. There is no blame or negligibility on the part of the security. But you want to say somebody try for bypass way, now you duty down. So this is a dereliction of duty, if not anything for why, other than just blame the other side. Say, well, I ain't come, you know, inside the machine day, because I don't hear this funny story that he tried to go around the machine. So where were you, Mr. Security? And I make us say there are two entry points, okay? So,
this statement is ridiculous. Mr. African president.
Hello? Hello?
All right.
Yeah.
Is this then and now?
Yeah, that's correct. This is then and now. All right. The fact that you asked whether it's then and now means that there's a contribution that you want to make. We've got a caller on the line, so if you don't mind, if I can just put you on a hold for 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then we'll switch over to you, and then you can make your contribution. Is that okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you very, very much. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Spain. Yeah, Mr. Spain, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am there.
Okay, we've got a caller, so I will give you the floor. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 1 minute. Can you make your summary, please?
So, my summary is, people for think critically when trying to make an analysis of what happened. Paolo conteh. Common sense tell me say nobody will do evil act go pre-expose himself before the evil act occur. Mr. Conteh, yes, he made all judgments go along with the weapon, but we already make them in the law now we can't see. So I mean, licensing guns.
So maybe we for just be careful a bit. We will try to draw theories here and there.
Okay. Yeah.
And I genuinely believe, say, a weeping for help affects this new virus with the threat in the world. And that makes you accept the offer with the president here.
Okay.
So based on that, don't we let the police and do the investigation. If you not get anything for us, they let them. But
yeah, absolutely. So that we left room for the investigation.
Yes.
Yeah, we can go to summarize the cast aspersions
yes.
and the rest of it, but then we allow the due course of the law to take place. Yeah.
That's it. Now, Mr. Summary, maybe my answer in call to the police.
And you end on a very, very high note, Mr. Spade, because all of this is bordered on legality, and I really appreciate your contribution tonight, because this contribution is bordered on legality. And in the end, this is how this matter is going to be solved on the basis of legality. What was his intention? How did he do it? Now, based on the investigation, and our investigation is ongoing. Thanks so much, Mr. Spinner. I appreciate your perspective tonight.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, take care of yourself.
Have a lovely program, and good night.
Will do. Good night. Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, will you state your name and where you're calling from, please?
Yes, this is my senior call from London.
Ah, senior. By the way, I've been trying to figure out the voice, but you did quite a good job, in the way you make the voice. But you are a very famous voice, and Famulen, I just want to know, this is a very famous voice, although he not introducing himself to that party. I don't know whether I want to camouflage that. If you want, I will get for respect that. But if it doesn't, of course, let them know this voice, or just go ahead. So this is Senior calling from London, ladies and gentlemen. Senior, what do you want for say, sir?
Yes, I think it's a bit, I guess, like, me stance on this whole issue. I think I could come across a little bit blunt and go direct to the point.
Would they look for every dimension to the story? Blunt, sharp, wicked? Yeah.
Exactly. You see, let's look at it. I mean, you might Mr. Spade talk something very vital way. Like there are so many gray areas with this whole situation. People in the camp with allegation and all that. But let's one thing the way Mr. Spade talk with, I kind of where they say this man kind of breach security and all that things. Apparently, so the other side they say he breach security, he trying to go inside without kind of going or surrendering the weapon. But let's look what that particular statement the everyone refused. I just want to be very plain there and say that is not true. Even though I wasn't there, because the reason why I'm saying this, let's be logical right now. If I told this man be trying for smuggle the weapon inside the building, they're not going to even allow him to make a go post that day and call him back the next day. Because remember, this is a treasonable act.
Yeah.
If someone tried to smuggle a weapon that very day, therefore we don't say that I'm going to see. In fact, even the meeting itself, therefore we don't even allow him to make it go inside the meeting.
Yeah.
But then we say the president do it just because they want to be polite. But thereafter, after the meeting, there is no way Paolo is supposed to go back and post they don't like that.
Yeah.
To me, that makes sense. But anyway, let's go back. The only reason why I'm saying that because it's the space about way very polite. Always for saying, always for dinner space. Let's allow the police. But for me, I don't know how to do politics. I just say things as it is.
Yeah.
But let's go back to who side is that. And one thing where Mr. Spade talk, where he says, we need for kind of waiting at the law about carrying a weapon that you want to.
Yeah.
Like when you get license, waiting at the rules that way kind of tie you up.
Paolo conteh, not forsake weapon into state house, the compound itself.
Yeah.
Yes, I will agree. Which again, like the man ought for no better. If at all the law restricts us not to enter the compound of state house with a weapon and then go inside the compound with the weapon, then I'll be like, you're the most stupid man on the face of the class of the house.
Yeah.
But let me say, this man kind of again, when people in the people realize, the other thing will be set one thing clear.
Yeah.
At what point did Paolo conteh knew about this meeting? Was it kind of like a pre-planned meeting days before the day? Because let me say, the president called an emergency. Let's say Paolo, and the other thing when people like the people realize, Paolo, this man is in self-defense God, firearm, right?
Yeah.
If Paolo, let me say, people like say, if I don't left for the host. So it means if he left for the host, guys, let me say, Paolo lovely. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Taking the guy from lovely.
Anything happened between Longley and
it's completely.
So that theory is debunked. I've heard it. I've had all these arguments, here with people.
Right.
So I get exactly whose side they come up from. It's like you are under the protection of the president. What about between home where you are living and coming to the point of the rendezvous, the appointment? So that's rubbish. Yeah.
Yes.
Go on. Yeah.
So if the man say, okay, and I left the court down before, then it means he's very exposed. If they will be called, if they will be saying, okay, the president wants to see you, will send a security for come with you.
Yeah,
then the man
that's a different ballgame altogether.
It's a completely different ballgame. And say, okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is how it goes? But if this man comes up to the state house, then if the law kind of say, okay, you could not go up by the first security post.
Yeah.
I can understand if that's so the law says.
Yeah.
But if this comes inside, it's the end of the weapon. We can't believe it.
Of course, because he knows his responsibilities. People in one can say he doesn't know his responsibilities now, I suppose.
Well, let me forget about the responsibility. Let me say, if the point where we were all now, we not give up a weapon, that will be the reason why I say so. If I saw this man is kind of smoke, get away that very moment that for no reason. If you allow this man go and host the very day, it's going to host the very day. If somebody we don't commit there is no way that we don't arrest that very day.
Automatic.
Do you understand? Who said, we have reached, before who said, you see with politics in Africa, and alone, I would say, it is a filthy world. And until we sort out these things that we call ego remain for the poor. And people see the impact there, they get with economy.
Of course.
Every time.
I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
Exactly. And I would not talk about these things without driving to the whole point inside economy.
Yeah.
And it's people do not understand this kind of thing. They just say, for me, I don't feel say Paolo commit any crime. And one point the way I make let me say, people in the talk say, oh, Paolo, now because there's some component for one people to Canada, he takes a gun out. But at least the other point is that you have that it's even they don't want one people to come. Paolo, as a responsible gun owner, he not even have the gun inside, left and inside. If inside the car, people that go broke the glass and take that gun.
You get responsibility for whatever happened. I can tell you something, senior. This is the analysis, and I've had this argument many a times. Even this evening, just before the studio, I make this argument, and people try for paint the picture as if it's taking a side, even though not critical argument. I've made this argument. So, and at the same argument you make, because we can go about with perception and with theories, cast as passions and the rest of it. At the end of the day, even though we don't know everything waiting happen, but we can reason based on the little way we know. Like for example, we know say CID did not conduct investigation. We know say the deputy superintendent, now the State House day, Mr. Sayo Conteh, they part of an investigative team, and some of these reports don't come out, and we able to look at the reports and make some determination. And I've been struggling, my brother, for explain these things on a legal basis, legal perspective. But then people begin look at as if when you try for back, demand, which is a no, and that's exactly what you do. Demand. The questions here are: did he have a right, or was his weapon licensed? Because there are two categories, for keep and for work with. We know say clearly that this man in weapon is licensed. So the investigative team at the very State House waiting on the background, so now as we speak, no mention anything of that nature about the legality. So instead, what has been done, or they try for do, is they inject certain buzzwords, charge words into this, which is the man try for sneak. I actually talked to somebody senior from State House, we say sneak, and I say, what do you mean by sneak? What were you talking about, sneak? Anything will have happened, you bear responsibility, and that's what you were saying, because it's licensed in your name. It's as simple as ABC.
Let me say it back. There not be the one thing to come. They left the weapon inside it. One thing, it's just like what we do in the UK reference. We all know say that they always, when you do your theory, they always tell you say, take your personal possession.
Absolutely.
With you.
What's about in the book, I mean, are you responsible? Are you for good defender?
In the book, they take what thing and do with your gun and then shoot inside the building, and you're responsible.
Absolutely.
So it may not be the one thing to come and decide for care and go back and secure. So
but that's what he did. That's what he did, and this is what in all of my conversation, and you just raise a critical point, because this is what appear exactly like what the man do. It decides say the people they want to get for surrender me motorcar to for let them was. They are less no offense. They are less of responsibility. Like take me gun with me. When I go and I want to declare it's more responsible because he go there in the charge of the state. When I come back, I pick me gun safu.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And if I saw the thing happen, say it's smuggler, a one type of smuggler, then that they will get issues saying, well, something suspicious actually happened.
So that was the question that I asked as well, because I try to deal with all aspects of her. Once you begin use the word smuggle, you begin use the word sneak and intercept, then that means there was a motive. If there was a motive, then there's an intent.
Absolutely.
So what's the motive and what's the intent? Are you saying that Paolo was suicidal, that he took a 10-round weapon for go shoot the president, father forbid, and who eventually survived from that? Is it not the same government? How does it help him? How does it help his party? How does it help? I can't figure this out, for God's sake, but you know we've got an argument for make. Now it may tell you, we get to continue for make the argument, and this is exactly what you do. You know it be will that you, but we get to continue because it's a responsibility on the part of us in the social media for try for make the argument and this. So we do not come instead. We just create the theory, the hypothesis for let una think and see what is possible and what is not.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the last point I would say, like this is the thing, is even this man tried to sneak the gun for go inside it. This is not the order, a very, as we can say, or I should say, a very hypothetical. If even this man tried to sneak the gun for go inside it, why then, first of all, we allow him to go to the meeting? But let me say the president, he just want to make the meeting go ahead. But if there be anything, they don't breach the security code that they don't be supposed to allow him now to make it go to the meeting. Because if he even oppose the president without using a gun, we don't stop him. Then secondly, if even we don't come out of the meeting, that man not be supposed to sleep in his house.
It's not possible yet because not easy.
Thank you.
It's easy.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, that's not a contribution anyway.
Yeah, many thanks for this. I mean,
you're welcome.
The idea is those of us that are waiting at the public domain must not for 1 second relent. Where other people, with diabolical plans there for derail a process of a nation of almost 8 million people. Other than that, we would relegate ourselves from with civic duty. So regardless of whether they try for cast you, place you, name you or something, but the idea that you express your thought, we still get sane and sanit people them, we actually they listen and determine whether them proposition who they posit, who they propagate, who they make, whether it does, it makes sense, whether you belong or not. Mr. Senior, I do really appreciate your perspective tonight.
Now you can call it at the end after.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the famous voice of Mr. Alfred Sanko, aka Cashbox. Cashbox, by the way, I've been sending you a message. I've been expecting we will do a program for we people as at this time. We tight economic measures as a consequence of this same coronavirus, when people are losing their jobs left, right, and center, when advices are being given and most of the people there or us don't really understand them, whether it is to their advantage or not. Like for example, like give one quick example, mortgage, those of us that have got mortgages, okay? The government, they give me mortgage relief and not me say they're free in my understanding. So instead, if you may get 5 years for pay for your mortgage, during these first 3 months, the government they give you that freedom day for let you not pay for 3 months. But if you may pay for 5 years, that means when it kick off again, it will be 5 years and 3 months. So it's not free. It just gives that free. No, but most of us don't understand it. And a lot of other things that wouldn't go on. And we understand finances, banking, economics, and at this critical time, I mean, they feel say it be very appropriate for let we come out as a responsible people and see whether we were able to explain certain critical things, even the 80% way government police for pay salaries to people who are not key worker, who are not a key worker. There is a mismatch and miscommunication we will not understand, although the government is doing in good faith. So people like you will understand, for don't come out with a program, for break and down to with people, and I have no doubt that people in the wait for understand this because people are lost. What do you mean for rent? What do you mean for jobs? What do you mean for redundancy? What do you mean as a key worker? If you know what I mean. So
I mean, you know, they are always available for you, but again, like as you said, I mean, this is something that I mean, even my place of work, I've kind of like been doing some really. I've been so busy the last couple of
things that we are on top of things right now for addressing the issue.
think, I mean, as we talk about the mortgage, like, of course, like, not to say that the government kind of like always you to do now, just you to defer your payment. In other words,
Yeah, defer. I think that the word. There we go. See, so the technical term defer. So it's not free. Like say you don't get for pay.
Exactly. The government is trying to do now, because like right now, in a way, it's a financial crisis as well. So the government is trying to encourage liquidity, like see what they call liquidity. In other words, people kind of like have disposable income where they could spend that the economy. So basically, like the government is trying to do, instead of like to say, there's not to say the government is issue interest. They don't mean say because you don't pay. In other words, like you will get to pay additional interest on top of your base payment, or it will affect your credit and everything. Because the government just is trying to encourage liquidity.
So you see, liquidity, not so we all understand the term. And government also don't reduce interest rate again, I think 0.something%, where I think are the lowest. So all of that needs some kind of an addition to a public.
I did actually, anytime, like I'm working from home, so maybe I get a little bit of leverage and stuff. But I mean, anytime, feel free for.
Absolutely, I mean, due to the gravity, seriousness, and the critical nature and significance of the time, we will talk about this very, very soon, and we'll come with time. And family, and those of you who they listen, this now a voice of reasoning. So, and again, this now the famous voice of Salon Cashbox. All the analysis today regarding economy, regarding finance, regarding interest rate, demand curve, yield, all the technical terms. This is Alfred Sanko of Cashbox. Mr. Sanko, thank you very much for participating in the program tonight, and I really appreciate that. Take care of yourself, brother, and greetings to the family.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, family. So we don't come towards the end of this program. We just want to know, and the brother already don't make very critical points then, as to the nature, because again, what's not happening is this has become politicized. There's a lot of politics in this. And when it becomes politicized, it becomes toxic. Once it becomes toxic, the sense of reasoning becomes difficult because most of we will begin looking from a party line, from a partisan line, and this cannot be right. This really cannot be. So until we put them partisan line and they beyond us, these are the only ways that we can able for reason. I think we have another caller. Right. Hello, caller. Will you state your name and where you're calling from, please? Hello. Okay. That was another caller, but probably because again, I mean, personal phone that they use. There's also another phone. No one has called this one yet, so maybe they might be calling me to discuss something else. Let me see. We had another caller earlier on. Yes, there was a caller earlier on. Let's see whether I'm able for Brian come on. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, I should be able to get this caller. This caller is a man who is well informed on the sources in Sierra Leone. Hello, caller. Hello.
I honestly don't want to be on the
program here.
If you do it,
okay, I respect that. I'm still live. So
all right. I think I got some challenges. We had some more. I know for really on the live.
Okay, you got some. Are they on the live program? So I will get for hang up on you. I saw you call earlier on. I feel sick. Yeah, no worries. That's a code name. Nobody knows that between me and you. Okay, then take care, brother. Thanks. Bye bye. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course, you get for respect people and privacy. Let me try another caller when they called me earlier on. Yeah. Let me try this caller. This call. What's the code here? Looks like from Gambia. 220. The brother not be online anymore. So anyway, we're gonna be closing the program shortly because we've done what we're supposed to do. We've made the case. We've looked at potentially waiting people sort of don't discuss Why they discuss within and discuss, who are the subject, within the subject matter, within our responsibility, and we try to look at the different angles. And it's been brilliant to be honest. It's been really brilliant. But for conclude the show, family, retired Major Paolo Conteh is now stand accused of carrying weapon to State House. Two quick questions on this. The weapon in question, is it legitimate? Is it legit? From which we know from the very interrogation where they go on is yes, it is legitimate. Some of the questions that I have heard, the deliberations they were on here, can he take that weapon to State House? It depends on which you may take to State House. Like say deliberately, you grab a weapon, you go State House and take the weapon and can't go inside State House. The answer is no. He had the weapon concealed in a bag, according to what we've heard. And then he go to State House because he may get a meeting there with the president. But long before he meets the president, long before he go through the protocols, he declare a weapon and tell the security details, say, I've got a weapon from the gate where they enter State House. From there, we don't begin to hear say, but other things that happen. I declare the gun. Yeah, okay, let's hear this caller. Hello, caller, you hear me? Hello? Okay, finally, I think say you hear me. Okay, you are live, caller. Will you state your name and who side you call from and whose contribution will you are making, please?
Hello, I'm Alaji Mustafa Kaloko. I call from the Gambia.
Wow, the smiling coast.
Yeah, the Gambia.
Okay, brother, because you call from the Gambia, but you are giving an update quickly how Gambia look now, this corona, and how they do because we concerned with brother and sister today, and it's so good when you call. Tell me quickly, how they do this coronavirus, how life day, and how they do.
Yeah, we try to thank you anyway because everything we get from the hand of God. Because now only God look for slavery. Because presently right now, there are no school for 3 weeks, no public gathering, no close contact with everybody. So it's crazy in the Gambia right now. So then we just started a classes on TV and radio station for the student then, because for these 3 weeks we will stay home, so they no go lose or maybe no go get contact affected again from this coronavirus. So they will make everybody stay home. So now make for the classes and what they will miss, they will create a story over TV and radio.
Wow, that's really great.
Program, yeah.
So what
Yeah.
I will ask you for do you allow for keep we informed now? We will be abroad now. Pass the information there to we. So if there's any way that we can help, make announcement, encourage with people, them speak to other Gambians, them how we can manage for help this process when they go through. I will able to do that by announcing them, organizing, because we're capable of doing that. Thank you so much for the information. So say this net me brother when they talk about retired Major Paolo Conteh regarding this State House wahala.
Okay.
Say he get weapon go to State House and waiting happen and all the rest. Waiting you the hear and that, and if you don't hear, waiting that you don't think about this whole thing, brother.
Yeah, the rumor does go many rumors go around. But they already right two of the rumors then. So everybody talking and say take weapons, go to the State House. Why some people they say no.
Yeah.
About that anyway.
Okay. So the rumor self they na Gambia and una no know waiting at the right thing, just like many other people then. Okay. The brother, at least he did get the message and he addressed one or two things.
Hello.
Yes, hello, you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello, you hear me? Hello? Okay, I think so we get a problem with the line because the brother they call from WhatsApp and they call from the Gambia, but at least he don't make it. And rest of it, basically, it's going to be a difficult process. So if there's any way we can help, anybody in our way be organized, anybody in our way know people that don't be, anybody we want to do something, you let me get in touch. To the Gambians that are listening, please. Anybody with a listen, we get family or we concerned about humanity. Okay? Alaji, if you listen or you get for listen later, thank you so much for calling this forum and giving me an update here. On the issue of freedom, that we obligation for let the inform on the waiting you go here. Because I don't say you don't say the full information. And although they already know more about what's happening at State House, gun business, anyway, not a problem. We will continue for inform and we will take them personally for beginning for send messages here. So Fambulen, I think in the last caller for tonight, and I just make it summary. And here it is. The president invite the retired Major Paolo Conteh to State House for letting them talk about activating the Ebola Response Committee. We will do very well. Not all my agree say that we do very well because that itself being contentious. But we will say the president of the republic recognizes that we do well in terms of the structure. So now he make a column, and this is clear because they not say it publicly. For let them prepare actually in case coronavirus come out the country. So you know will catch them unawares. On that basis, they invite this man within the background, when the former defense minister, retired Major Paolo Conteh. Paolo Conteh had 6 of meetings with the president. We clearly know that the first one go well. Second, it became an issue. So we don't say, we understand, say, Conteh can get a gun where he can always travel with, whereby the way legal, because the team where they investigate and the CID, Criminal Investigation Department, don't confirm, say, in gun legal, so he get right for Krango. So the argument moved to the next stage, which is, if he gets a right for Krango in a state house, and the team where they investigate and back, not argue, say, you're not getting right for Krango in a state house, and I really need for your release. Instead, the thing they say, when they go to State House, and this is alleged that it tried for bypass, people that begin use all kind of charge words, critical words then, will mean so much in an investigation. Because in an investigation, the words that we use are very, very critical. For manager, and you say the man, he passed by you, he bypass you. Now you go catch up, so you intercept and like say, if they go away from you, they run away from you. You know, and things like that. So on which basis? What are we talking about here? So what really went wrong? Now I make will get for left room. Let we wait, let investigations take place. Let we at this time trust with system and see which thing will come out with. But we clearly know say the CID don't begin investigations. The deputy superintendent, Osayo Conteh, we are part of the investigative team. We know say Paolo was not arrested, I don't know while they speak whether he had been arrested and taken to Pademba Road because all kind of rumor they fly. So he's not been arrested, he's not been charged as far as I know, but it be just a normal and natural process that statement will have to be taken from him based on what he allegedly transpired. But Fambulem to the rest of us, a man who has served in that capacity as the chief of security for the entire country, taking responsibility not only for the dignitaries, the VIPs, with foreign friends, them and ambassadors, and they talk about the entire country, over 7 to 8 million people, all the infrastructures and structures. A man who rose to become the Deputy Minister of Defense and subsequently the Minister of Defense. We did now question her for say the action, we're not impossible way it take. Now, this action will take weapon for go shoot somebody. Is it possible? It's just not possible. So on that basis, the family thinks they have said enough, and it's enough room for thought because many things get for come up again during the weekend and the subsequent week they will. Alpha Colifa Koroma, or the circumstances, unforeseen circumstances may make we get for postpone this interview. These are sensitive times, and apart from that, there's so much going on. Mr. Seth, I'm inundated with calls and other programs there. So we get for postpone to another mutually convenient date, and keep tuned, we'll let you know. If this be inconvenient, any unforeseen because of the withdrawal or the unforeseen circumstances we call out the interview, please forgive this platform. But definitely at some point, I am absolutely confident that Mr. Colifa Koroma will speak to us at the appropriate time